Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. Today we're going to be diving into some Tesla news, all pretty recent stuff actually, all from January 4th, 2025.
Oh, wow. So like right up to the minute.
Yeah, very fresh. And we've got, well, kind of a mix of sources here, a report on some pretty serious incidents involving Tesla vehicles.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but also some pretty cool updates about their what they call light show features.
Oh.
And that's for the Cybertruck and the upcoming Model 3 Highland. So, yeah, it's a kind of odd mix.
Definitely interesting. Looking forward to it.
By the end, you'll have a good sense of, well, where Tesla stands, right now in 2025.
Sounds like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
You've got, these intense situations and then like some really cool tech stuff.
It is. A little bit of both. Let's jump right in with the heavy stuff. A Cybertruck exploded in Las Vegas.
Oh, wow.
And initially, there was like all this speculation about, a terrorist attack. It happened near the Trump International Hotel.
Right. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah. But the FBI was like really quick to clarify that. That wasn't the case at all.
Okay, good.
It turned out the driver, his name was Matthew Livelsberger. He was a Green Beret, and he had been struggling with PTSD. And, well, he tragically took his own life.
That's so sad.
Yeah. And it seems he had, like, fireworks and gas canisters in the vehicle, and that's what caused the explosion.
Oh, wow. I see.
And this brings up another layer to this whole thing, data privacy. Tesla handed over data from the vehicle to authorities really quickly, which, it helped with the investigation.
Yeah.
But, it makes you think.
It does, yeah. Your car is basically a computer on wheels these days, gathering information constantly. But like, where does it all go? Who can see it? I mean, is this something people are really okay with, this level of data collection?
That's the question, right? It's tough.
Mm-hmm.
On one hand, it's like, yeah, you want authorities to have access if it helps solve crimes or, prevent something bad from happening.
Right.
But on the other hand, it is kind of unsettling, right? Like just how much data our cars are collecting about us.
Absolutely. It's a tricky balance between like public safety and our own privacy.
Yeah, for sure. Something we all need to be more aware of, I think. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about how Tesla's doing, market-wise. Sources indicate things, well, they aren't looking so great. Their stock has taken a dip.
Oh, really?
And get this, for the first time ever, their delivery numbers are actually down.
Huh. Didn't expect that. So what, is the electric car market just getting too competitive?
Seems like it. Companies like BYD, they're really stepping up their game. And that puts pressure on Tesla, to stay ahead.
Yeah, I can see that. They're not the only game in town anymore.
Right. So now the question is, could this Cybertruck incident, the negative publicity from that, could that be contributing to this shift in the market?
Well, public perception definitely matters, It's hard to say for sure, but I think it's something to consider. Definitely a factor.
Okay. Speaking of incidents, our sources also mentioned an accident in Berlin involving a Tesla.
Oh, what happened?
So, a Tesla hit a traffic light pole while the driver was trying to avoid a police car.
Oh, wow.
And in this case, the passenger was injured. So, it raises some concerns about how effective are those safety systems that Tesla brags about, in emergency situations. Like, do they really work?
Right, because accidents are going to happen. But it makes you think about, like, the technology's role in all this. Is it actually making things safer, or are we just, relying on it too much?
Exactly. Yeah. And what happens when the technology fails? Like we saw with that Cybertruck tragedy.
Yeah, lots of questions there, lots to consider.
Okay, I think we need a break from all this heavy stuff. Our sources talk about Tesla expanding their light show feature, and it honestly sounds really cool.
Light shows? Like what? The cars put on a show?
Yeah. I mean, who knew cars could do that, right?
That's crazy. I got to hear about this.
So, okay, get this. They're talking about, like, 4-hour-long light shows.
What? 4 hours?
Yeah. And it's not just, like, lights flashing. You can actually control the individual LEDs on the Cybertruck's light bars.
Wow.
Imagine, like, creating your own custom light patterns, even, like, Knight Rider style effects.
That is wild. Now that's thinking outside the box.
Right. It's like having a mini Times Square on wheels.
Seriously. What else? What else can they do?
Okay, so they're adding like full RGB color control. Millions of colors you can choose from.
No way.
Yeah, and that's for the center display and the interior ambient lighting. It's like they're creating a whole immersive visual experience inside the car.
So Tesla's pushing the boundaries of what, like, in-car entertainment can be. That's pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We've got these serious incidents, and then we've got this playful, almost whimsical feature. What do you
Yeah.
think? Are they trying to, like, shift the public's perception by, focusing on the fun stuff?
Hmm. That's a good question. I mean, maybe they want to remind everyone about the fun side of Tesla, the innovation, the playfulness,
Yeah.
But it also makes you wonder.
If it's enough to, like, overshadow those serious issues, I guess.
Exactly. Good point.
Let's dig a little deeper into these light shows. What else is Tesla doing with this technology?
Well, what's interesting is it's not just about, controlling entire light bars. They're letting you control each individual LED.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you can get some really intricate patterns and animations.
I could see people getting really creative with that. Like, imagine the possibilities for holidays or, sports events,
Mm.
or even just showing off your personality.
Oh, totally. It's all about self-expression these days. And it's not just for the Cybertruck. They're bringing this to the Model 3 Highland, too.
So they're trying to reach a wider audience with this then, not just like the early adopters who love all the tech stuff, but, everyday drivers who want something cool and different in their car.
Makes sense. Smart move to broaden their appeal, attract new customers.
And it shows they're not just focused on the, serious side of things like safety and performance.
Yeah.
They still want that wow factor,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Got to keep it fun. But, they got to be careful.
Oh, how so?
They can't let all this entertainment stuff overshadow the essentials, safety, reliability, the things that really matter.
True. True. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out, how people respond to this, and how Tesla manages, this crazy electric vehicle market that just keeps changing.
For sure. Brings us back to that key question. What does the future hold for Tesla?
Right. So much going on. We see their strengths today, but also some vulnerabilities. What do you think? Is Tesla on the right track, or are there some even bigger challenges ahead?
Good question. I think we need to step back and look at the big picture here. Well, Tesla's always been about like pushing the envelope, right? Challenging what we think cars can even do. And with these light shows, it's like they're blurring the lines, between transportation and entertainment.
It is kind of like they're taking a page from like the tech world, right?
Yeah.
Always come up with new features to keep people, I don't know, hooked.
Yeah, exactly. That's what sets them apart from those like traditional car companies, They're not just building cars, they're building a brand, a lifestyle.
But that comes with a certain level of responsibility, doesn't it? Especially when we're talking about technology that that could impact safety, privacy, those kinds of things.
Oh, absolutely. They're definitely pushing limits, but they got to be careful about, what could happen, what are the consequences.
So how do you see this playing out? Can they balance this drive to always innovate with, being responsible?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Too early to tell, really. But what is clear is that things are changing fast. The market for electric vehicles, I mean, it's getting crowded, and consumers, well, they always want the newest thing.
So no rest for the wicked. They got to keep adapting, keep innovating to stay ahead of the game.
Yeah, exactly. And they got to do it while, dealing with real concerns, safety, privacy, even sustainability. Those are all in the mix.
Tall order.
Mm-hmm.
But, if anyone can pull it off, maybe it's Tesla. They haven't been afraid to take risks in the past, right?
True. That's what makes them so interesting to follow. Always pushing boundaries, whether it works out or not.
For sure. I'm curious to see what happens next. Speaking of, we talk about Tesla's stock taking a bit of a hit. Can we go back to that for a second? What's causing all this up and down?
Right. Well, like we said, there's more competition in the electric car market now. Competitors like BYD are, gaining traction. And Tesla's definitely feeling the heat. Got to maintain that market share.
And their delivery numbers are down, which can't be a good sign, right? First time ever.
Yeah, not great. Shows how intense the competition's getting. Investors are paying attention, that's for sure.
So is this just like a temporary thing, or is it a sign of, something bigger problems?
That's the question, right? Some analysts think, Tesla's still in a good spot for long-term growth. They point to their brand recognition, loyal customer base, innovative technology, all that.
Yeah, they do have that cool factor that other car companies seem to, struggle with.
Exactly. But other analysts are a bit more cautious. They point to the competition, obviously, potential problems with supply chains, and just the ongoing challenge of, scaling up production to meet demand.
Sounds like a bit of a mixed bag. Opportunities, but also risks.
You got it. And only time will tell how it all plays out. But
Yeah.
one thing's for sure, Tesla's future. It's far from certain.
Okay, so we've talked about the Cybertruck incident, the innovations, the pressure they're facing in the market. What else should we be thinking about when we, try to picture Tesla's future?
One thing that's super important is like the whole government regulations and policies situation.
Right.
The electric vehicle industry, it's heavily influenced by things like government incentives, emission standards, and how much they're investing in infrastructure to support electric vehicles.
And those policies can be so different depending on where you are in the world.
Exactly. And Tesla's got to navigate this whole web of regulations. They need to adapt their strategy. Can't have a one-size-fits-all approach.
Because some countries are all in on electric vehicles.
Yeah.
And others, they're dragging their feet.
Totally. And that can have a huge impact on Tesla's sales and, how much they can grow in those different markets.
It's like they're playing this global game of chess. Got to anticipate the moves of governments and competitors.
That's a great analogy. It really does require strategic thinking, a long-term view. They can't get caught up in just the short-term wins.
Okay, so big picture, what's Tesla's, ultimate goal? Where do they want to be?
Well, their mission statement, it says to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. So pretty ambitious. They want to revolutionize transportation and be a major player in, addressing climate change.
That's a lofty goal. But they do seem to be making some progress. Electric vehicles are becoming more and more common, and Tesla's kind of leading the way there.
Yes, but there's still a long way to go. The shift to sustainable energy, it's a complex challenge. It's going to take a lot of collaboration, innovation across a lot of different industries.
So Tesla can't do it all themselves. They need to work with governments, other companies, even everyday people to make it happen.
You got it. And that's the real test, right? Can Tesla, with their technology, their brand, their influence, can they actually drive real change globally?
That's the big question. But it's exciting, right? It's an exciting time to be watching Tesla and the whole electric vehicle industry in general.
For sure. The innovation is moving so quickly, and the possibilities, they seem endless.
Okay, so we've covered, the Cybertruck incident, the innovations, the market pressures, government regulations, and this huge vision of a sustainable future. That's a lot.
It is, right. But I think it just goes to show how complex Tesla is as a company. All the different things they're juggling, the challenges and the opportunities.
So where do we go from here? What's the takeaway for our listeners? What should they be thinking about?
Well, I think the key is to stay informed, stay engaged, and stay curious. The electric vehicle world, it's constantly evolving. There's always something new to learn.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to ask questions, to challenge what you think you know.
Yeah.
And be critical of the information you see. Think for yourself.
Because at the end of the day, the future of transportation, it's in our hands. We, as consumers, have the power to decide which technologies, which companies we support, the ones that align with our values.
So we got to use that power wisely.
Exactly. Now, how about we take a break from all the serious stuff and go back to something a little more fun? Those Tesla light shows.
Yes. It's easy to get bogged down in the heavy stuff, but we can't forget that Tesla's also about, pushing the boundaries of entertainment, creating these experiences that are fun and innovative.
Those light shows are the perfect example of that. They don't, do anything essential for the car,
Yeah.
But they add personality, fun, and that's what makes Tesla, Tesla.
Let's get specific. What makes these light shows so unique, so special?
Well, they're incredibly customizable, as we said before. Owners can, control each individual LED, create complex patterns, animations. They can even synchronize the lights with music, turn their car into a mobile dance floor.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, showing up at a party? Your car's putting on a light show, synced to your favorite music.
Exactly. It's all about expressing yourself, making a statement.
And it's not just the visuals. Tesla's also incorporating sound into this whole experience.
You're right. They've got this feature called Boombox. Owners can play custom sounds through the car's external speakers.
So your car could be, blasting a song while the lights are going crazy.
That's it, like a personal party on wheels.
And this isn't just for a few specific models.
Yeah.
Tesla's putting these light show capabilities across their whole lineup.
Yep, from the Model 3 to the Cybertruck, you name it. Every Tesla owner can turn their car into, a rolling entertainment center.
Smart move, I think. Stands out from the competition, appeals to all sorts of people.
Definitely. And it reinforces that whole idea that Tesla is not just a car company. They're tech, entertainment, lifestyle, all rolled into one.
So stepping back, what does all this focus on light shows, on entertainment. Tell us about Tesla's overall strategy. What are they trying to do?
I think it shows that they get it. They understand the modern consumer. People want more than just a way to get around. They want experiences. They want to personalize things. They want to be entertained.
And Tesla's delivering on all those fronts. Their cars are, high tech, good for the environment, but also fun and engaging.
It's a powerful combination. Hard to beat.
It'll be interesting to see if other car companies try to keep up, or if they just stick with the, getting you from point A to point B thing.
Yeah, for real. How will the industry adapt? Only time will tell. But Tesla's definitely raised the bar, no question about it.
We've covered a lot today. The good, the bad, the tech, the fun. Safety concerns, market pressures, regulatory hurdles, light shows, that boombox feature, and Tesla's vision for, a whole new kind of driving experience.
It's amazing how much is going on with Tesla. It's what makes them so captivating, always pushing, blurring lines, challenging what we think a car can even be.
And that's what makes these deep dives so fun. We get to really unpack all these different aspects, get a complete picture.
Like peeling back the layers of an onion, right? Always something new to discover.
And we're not done yet. There's more to explore. We've spent a lot of time, on where Tesla is right now.
Yeah.
But what about the future? What hints do we have in these sources about, where they might be headed?
That's where it gets really interesting. When you zoom out and look at the big picture, a few things kind of jump out. First, they're expanding their product line. Big time.
Okay, beyond the Cybertruck.
Oh, yeah. The Cybertruck's just the start. The rumors are flying, right? There's talk about a more affordable, compact car. And, get this, maybe even a Tesla van.
Whoa, hold on. A Tesla van?
Really? Yeah. Think about it. It makes total sense, especially for families, people who got to haul stuff around.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And it goes right along with that whole thing about, making sustainable transportation more accessible to everyone.
Right. Imagine a fleet of electric delivery vans everywhere. Quieter, cleaner.
I love it. What else is coming down the pipeline for Tesla?
They're putting a ton of money into artificial intelligence and self-driving technology.
Right.
Fully self-driving cars, those are probably a ways off still. But Tesla's definitely making progress. And all that data they're collecting, it gives them a big edge in this whole AI race.
Yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing to think about a future with self-driving cars everywhere. But, after those accidents we talked about, it's a little, I don't know, it's a little scary too.
I hear you. Safety's got to be the top priority. Absolutely. And Tesla knows that. They're constantly refining their algorithms, testing out in the real world. But it's complicated, right? There are ethical questions, societal questions. We can't just brush those aside.
Yeah, it really makes you think, what's our role even going to be in a world where cars drive themselves?
Big questions, right? Everyone's asking them. Philosophers, ethicists, the tech people, everyone. Will we be just passengers, or will we find totally new ways to interact with these intelligent machines?
Wow. Deep stuff. Okay, so new products, AI, what else about Tesla's future jumps out at you?
What really intrigues me is how they might shake up other industries. They're not just a car company now, right? They're in the energy business, software, even space exploration with SpaceX.
Wait, space exploration, how does that connect to Tesla?
It's all part of Elon Musk's big plan. Tesla's focused on transportation down here on Earth, but SpaceX, they're aiming for the stars, reusable rockets, colonizing Mars, the whole 9 yards.
Wow. It's almost hard to wrap your head around, but it shows you just how ambitious they are. They're not afraid to think big, to push the limits.
And that's what people love about them. Investors, customers, they're drawn to that. It's not just about buying a car, it's about buying into this vision of the future.
So, I guess the question is, what does all this mean? What's Tesla's role in the big picture? Where do they fit in?
That's the ultimate question, isn't it? I don't know if anyone knows the answer for sure. Only time will tell if they can actually achieve all their goals, if they can really change the world. But they've already had a huge impact. Started a global conversation about sustainability, innovation, about the future of how we get around.
Yeah, they've given us a lot to think about, that's for sure. The ups, the downs, the breakthroughs, even the light shows. It's been quite a journey, this deep dive.
It has. So we'll leave you with this final thought. Given everything we've talked about, what role do you see Tesla playing in the future? Are they a force for good, a disruptive force? Or maybe, a little bit of both?
That's a good one. Something to chew on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Tesla. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those big questions.